Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to be showing you different ways, tips and tricks on how to get your different finishes, your different curls with your GHD. So if you're interested in seeing different curls and different ways, keep watching. Okay, so what you're going to need now for doing this at home, you will need your dividers. I have used Olaplex number 7 as my heat defense. That has your 230-degree heat defense, and your GHD. So I am going to be using, you can hear with the new GHD Platinum, it actually makes a little bit of noise. So this is what I'm going to be using, okay? Okay, so when you're getting a GHD curl, some might want it quite tight, some might want it more loose, and some might want just a tiny little bend in the hair. So depending on what kind of a finish you're looking for, it will depend on what way you're going to grab the hair. So for example, now here, I'm going to use on the doll head. I want to take a nice section. I always go for a softer finish, but if you wanted like a smaller section, by all means go with a smaller section. Do you know what, we'll go with a smaller section just for argument's sake here. So I've lifted it up, so I'm going to hold my straightener horizontally. I'm going to go in, I'm going to turn my GHD 360 degrees, and I'm going to pull it out. So again, pulling it horizontally. And you see, that's going to give me quite a curl. You can see how much length that has actually took away from her hair. There, okay. So when you're doing a GHD curl, you leave it to set. So when it's wet, or sorry, when it's hot, you leave it be. So I'm going to come here now and I'm going to show you the difference. So if I want a looser curl, I'm going to go in. I'm going to come in vertically. So that's straight down. I'm going to turn it and I'm going to pull that straight down in a vertical angle. So you can see then straight away, you're getting a looser finish. So it's tighter going horizontally and it's looser then going vertical. So what you could do then is, where is my spray? Sorry now. So I'll just give them a little spray. They'll hold in the doll hair anyways, but we give them a little spray. So my next one I'm going to do is I'm going to go diagonal. So diagonal, we're going to come in, so we're coming in a kind of a crosswards diagonal finish. And you can see then again, you're getting it that little bit looser. It's more like a wave. So you can see there the 3 different lengths. So that's 3 different finishes you're going to get. So we have our horizontal one at the front here. We have our vertical one here and our diagonal one here. So it's a good visual that you can see the difference in the drop you're getting and the length you're going to take away. Also then what I would say, just for a little tip and a trick, that so if you are doing your GHD curl and you're going vertically or diagonally, say it that way, and you have your diagonal finish, but say you pick up your next one, you're not really paying attention and you pull it out then more horizontal, and then you get to this side of the head and you haven't followed the same pattern the whole way around. So this side can look full and this side can look not quite as full. The curls don't look consistent. It's obviously then the way you're holding it. So you're either changing the angle you're pulling it at or the amount of times you're twisting it. Because I'm going to go to the other side of the head now and show you. That was a 360-degree turn in, horizontal, vertical, diagonally. This time I'm going to go across to the other side and we're going to do it at 180. Okay, so I've just finished curling that side. This is finished. So I'm going to bring her all the way around this side now and we're going to go in with our 180 degree angle. Okay, so I want to pick that up like so. I'm going to grab it away. I'm actually going to go this way, sorry. It's better for you to be able to see. Now, so like that, I have my number 7 Bonding oil in there. Now, so what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to take up my same first section as I did the other side. And I'm only going to do a half turn and pull it down horizontally. And you can see you get a much different finish to the other side where it was more of a curl. You're getting more of a wave. So that's like a horizontal 180 degrees. So again, it depends on what look you're finishing for. So I'm going to do a half turn and I'm going to bring it diagonally. Again, it's just very soft in compared to the other side. It's much bouncier, it's more of a curl. This side, we're getting kind of more of a wave. Yeah, and our next section is going to be a vertical with a half turn. So I'm nearly just going straight down. And there you can see it's like even longer again. So it all depends on what kind of a finish you want. So this has been 180 degree, horizontal, diagonal and vertical. So you can see the difference. Vertical is where you're going to get your loosest finish. Your diagonal will be medium and your horizontal will be tighter. And the other side is, even look at it there from both sides of the face. You can see the difference in a GHD curl, 360 degree turn on your hot tool, or you can get a much softer finish. All depends on what you're going with. So there you can see your nice curl on underneath. She's so much shorter on top. There you go. And then you're more of a wave finish. So you can see why, if for example you might have went in here and done your 360 degree and you're paying attention to what you're doing, but if you come over here and you don't put that same turn and same direction, you're going to get a totally different curl and a totally different finish. So this is why it's important to pay attention while we do it. It's very easy when we're talking or when you're looking in the mirror or you're just flying through your hair, but it is important to know why and how you pull out to get what effect. So I personally prefer these type of effects. I like a soft finish in my hair, so I 9 times out of 10 will go 180 on my own hair. But for someone that wants a nice fancy blow dry, because what you'll see now, that's all nicely cooled down. I'm going to get my big Beck & comb and I'm going to comb it out. It's cooled down and you can brush that out into a nice soft finish that way, so you nearly get the finish of the other side. Whereas if I brush this one out, there's not a whole lot to brush out. That's where you kind of get more of your wave. So I hope now that makes more sense to you on how we get our different looks with the GHD. It's again how you pull it out and how much you wrap the hair around it. So 360, 180 are your go-to degrees in your angles, and then it's whether it's horizontal, vertical or diagonal. They'll all give you a different finish. There's a couple of other cool tricks and bits and pieces I can show you now with you can do with your GHD as well. If you're interested, keep watching. Okay, so how to get a wave finish with your GHD. Okay, so you're going to come in and you're going to kind of bend it, hold it for a second, flip the opposite way, hold it for a second, hold it back the other way, depending on the length of the hair. And there's where you get your nice wave of your GHD. Another little trick with your GHD as well is kind of give the hair a little bit of a twist before you run the straightener over it. I'm actually just going to take a bigger section to show you this one. Okay, and don't forget I have heat defense at all times on this. So we're going to run our GHD down our twist nice and slowly. And again, never fly off the ends too quickly because you need to keep them smooth. Okay, we're going to let that cool now just for 1 minute. You can see that. So we have heat the hair that way. We're going to let it cool. I suppose it's important to know, just while that's cooling there before I show you, when you're using a GHD or any heat appliance in our hair, we have bonds in our hair, and in order to be able to manipulate them into shape, they need to be heated. So if they're too cold, you can do what you want with them and nothing's going to happen. And if they're too hot, you risk snapping them, and that's where the damage comes in. So the optimum heat for styling your hair and being able to manipulate those bonds without breaking them is 180, 185 degrees. So very important, you don't go above that. You don't need any more heat than that. I know you might think it's going to get smoother, it's going to do it quicker and all that kind of stuff, but you're also going to break the bonds. So if you want to be able to use your heat tools and not worry about breaking your bonds, use your heat defense and keep it at 180, 185. The good thing I think about the GHD Platinums is that they are set at 185 degrees. They don't go up, they don't go down. They've got all this lovely technology up and down these plates that keeps the heat from having cool spots and just distributing that heat very evenly. I would say I also use the Upgrade infrared straightener. Brilliant, love it. Such a fantastic straightener. Infrared draws the natural oils to the surface of the hair, and that's what I really like about that one. I tend to go for the GHD for curl though, just because of the body, the top. It's nice and that's on, but it's curved. There's heat everywhere in it, so you're just to be more designed around curling hair. So that's why I go for this. Okay, so I'd say this now is all cooled down. So I'm going to like that, give it a little bit of a brush out, and you just get that soft lived in kind of crinkle in the hair, which is quite good. You have your wave and then our earlier techniques there. So I hope now that this video has taught you how to get different effects and different techniques with your GHD, and also that if you're not getting the desired effect that you did want, you might have learned why. And also that it's very important to use your heat defense. I have everyone drove mad saying that, and not to have your hot tools, whether you're using GHD or any other brand, not to have it over 180 degrees, guys. It's where it does actually go in and break the bonds in the hair. So again, I hope I've educated you in some way, and I'd appreciate any feedback. But for now, thanks very much, and we'll say goodbye.